Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Justin Riley, and we are joined by our longtime friends in the studio, well, actually new friends today from Madison Area Rehabilitation Centers, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about Project Search. And I have with me Sarah and Keita. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you.
So good to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Project Search.
Well, Project Search is a program that was started in 1996 by a woman named Erin Riley. She is the director in the emergency department at the Cincinnati Children's Medical Center. The program, Project Search, is a 9 to 12 month long program with unpaid internships for students with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Ages varying from 18 to 21 years old. There are actually 275 or more programs within the United States here, and there's 5 of the Project Search programs internationally.
Wow, very cool. So we're pretty lucky to have that here in Madison.
Yes, we are very lucky.
Yeah. Tell us where Project Search is located in Madison.
We have Project Search at the VA hospital. We started there in 2008. Then we expanded into the UW hospital in 2010. And just recently this year, we are into the American Family Children's Hospital.
Okay, so you have multiple locations here
Yes.
in Madison. That's
Madison.
really nice. And it sounds to me like it's a program for mainly young adults.
Correct.
Very cool. So you guys have some partners for Project Search. Can you tell us a little bit about who you're partnered with?
We do. There's a lot that goes into this program, and we collaborate with many different people. For instance, we've got the VA and the UW. There are business liaisons. So they're our host site where our program resides at. We're connected with the Madison Metropolitan School District that they provide the teaching staff. The Wisconsin Department of Vocational Rehab, they provide funding for job coaching and other services, such as if a student needs new shoes or a watch to tell time or have alarms go off. That's where they come in. We've got the Wisconsin Department of Adult Community Services, and they provide long-term support for our hireds that get hired from the program. And then finally, Madison Area Rehabilitation Center, the vocational program. They provide the on-site job coaching staff, such as myself, and the long-term supports that go into the vocational aspect.
Very cool. So you've got a lot of people who are involved in this program to
Yes.
help make it possible.
Yes.
That's great. So if a student wanted to apply for Project Search, let's say when they graduated high school or something like that, how would they go about doing that?
Sure. They would start within their high school home base area, talking with transition coordinators there, and all of the nearby high schools have that information on Project Search. So they will connect up with them with the transition specialist.
Very awesome. Now, we were talking a little bit earlier about rotational internships. Can you tell us what are rotational internships?
Rotational internships, they are about 12-week-long periods of time where our interns go into different areas within the hospitals and learn job skills and develop new skills that will enhance their opportunity to get better paid employment down the line. And it gives them a little bit of opportunity with 3 or 4 different rotations. So getting different skills in all different areas. We've got about 30 or more different departments that we train in within the VA and the UW there.
Nice. Keita, don't think you're getting off easy here. I got a question for you. Tell us a little bit about your rotation and what you like about being a part of Project Search.
I think I like all the things that we do as a part of Project Search because we do a lot of important things, and we discussed how important these things are. And I really enjoy being a part of it because I feel like I belong there, and it's a nice fit.
Awesome. Sarah and Keita, thank you so much for coming on our show today. We really loved having you.
Thank you.
Check them out, Project Search. It's part of Madison Area Rehabilitation Centers. When we come back to the studio, or to Talk of the Town, we'll have our business partners from Wisconsin Business World. Don't go away. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. As always, we are delighted to be joined by our good friend Steve Benchwall from Wisconsin Business World. He's back in our studio. Steve, welcome back to the program.
Great to be back.
Always good to see a familiar face.
You bet.
So remind the viewers again, what is Wisconsin Business World?
Yeah, so Business World's a program for high school students, and we offer our programs in two ways. We have an overnight summer camp where we get the high school kids onto a college campus for 4 days, and they get to be using the campus buildings and eating in the cafeteria, playing in the rec center, and really getting a feel for what college life is like. And then during the school year, we have one-day conferences called Mini Business Worlds.
Very cool. And tell us a little bit more about the Mini Business World.
Yeah, well, what's so cool about the mini programs are we've been doing our summer camps for over 30 years. It's very well established. A lot of teachers around the state know about the program and they get their kids involved. But what we've been hearing for a long time from those teachers is it would be great if there was something during the school year to kind of supplement that summer program. A lot of the kids maybe work full-time in the summer, or they're taking vacations, or they're playing on sports teams and traveling a lot. So sometimes the kids can't make it to those summer camps, and during the school year programs are kind of the only thing they're able to attend. So what we've been really proud of is we've been able to reach a couple thousand kids every school year through the Mini Business World programs, and the teachers have given us positive feedback that it's really making a positive impact. So we're very proud of those mini programs and how they're able to kind of set up those summer programs for us and hopefully get kids involved in the minis and then steer them towards the summer experience as well.
Very cool, and it kind of keeps kids involved almost year-round then,
Yep.
versus just at one point in the year. So tell us, the Dane County Mini Business World is coming up very soon. Why is that event so important?
Yeah, Dane County Mini Business World is kind of one of our favorite programs because there's so many high schools in the Dane County area, and we're really able to engage as many schools as we can, and we get over a dozen high schools to attend. One of our sponsors, I'd love to give them a shout out, is American Family Insurance. They're a lead sponsor of the event, and they also play host for the day. So we get over 250 high school kids engaged in one day, and they're meeting kids from other area high schools. They're getting hands-on activities and experience where they're kind of getting up in front of the room and having to make a presentation. And maybe the neatest part is they're taking all those things that they're learning in the classroom and starting to apply them in the real world, in a real world setting, and kind of seeing how they do out there in the real world.
Yeah, and that's so important for them to get that opportunity to make mistakes in kind of a safe environment and then apply their knowledge to real world settings.
Absolutely. Steve,
I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the commercials that I saw, because as those of you who watch Talk of the Town and other programming on CW57 regularly, you'll notice that we have commercials for Wisconsin Business World, and I just feel like there's such a great energy there. There's so much creative energy. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I love the fact that we're able to get that commercial on the air. The gentleman that put that commercial together for us showed it to me for the first time, and I jumped out of my seat. I was so excited because it captures the energy so well. That really is one of the neatest parts about the week, is seeing the creativity come alive in those kids and seeing them kind of break through that uncomfortableness that they might be feeling on the first night and really put themselves out there and have fun with it. Sometimes it's hard to convince a parent and even harder to convince a kid that business camp could be fun. But that commercial does a great job of kind of showing how much fun they have and the energy that's in the room during the week when we have them.
It certainly does. And so often, we were talking a little bit before the interview about how kids are just very naturally creative people. And as they get older and then they start getting real world jobs and so forth, a lot of times that part of the brain is just kind of omitted and forgotten about. But you were saying that you think that that's going to turn around in the near future.
Absolutely.
You're hoping.
Yeah, I think that this generation is just filled with creative ideas and ways to kind of innovate and make the workplace more efficient, more productive. And I'm really excited to see the things that we're hearing from these high school kids on a weekly basis. A couple years from now, they're going to be the ones that are in the workforce, and maybe 5 to 10 years from now, they're going to be the ones in management positions where they're really starting to affect some change and kind of making their impact as a generation. And I can't wait to see it because they're amazing kids, and the teachers are doing such a good job with them as well. So.
That is awesome. Can you tell parents how they can get their kids involved real quick?
Yeah, yep. 2 main ways. I would say a Google search of Wisconsin Business World, and you'll find our website, our Facebook page, our Instagram platform as well. But also, any of the business education teachers at their high school should be aware of the program, hopefully. We try to reach out and make sure that those teachers are kind of our cheerleaders that know about the program. They've got applications and information, as well as financial aid, because we don't ever want the registration fee to be the reason the kid can attend or not. So their teachers should be a good resource, as well as just a Google search of Wisconsin Business World.
Steve Benchwall, I want to thank you so much for coming on again. It's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Steve Benchwall is from Wisconsin Business World. Check it out at wibusinessworld.org. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town, where we'll be talking about why it's a good time to buy a home in the Madison area. Stick around. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Martin Culver from Madison Real Estate blog, and he's going to be telling us about all things real estate in the Madison area. Martin, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. Full disclosure, Martin did sell me my home, so there's a little bit of a connection there, but we're glad to have him in the studio nonetheless. So.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
So what do you love most about your career?
What I love most about my career, and I'm sure you found this out when I was representing you, is really helping people. And the hardest part about helping people is how genuine I am and getting my clients and potential clients to believe that I'm as sincere as I come across. But ultimately, it's helping people. That's what I love about being a realtor, because you don't need us to do something, but we sure as heck help.
Absolutely. What do realtors do for those interested in buying a home? Like, what is your role in the whole process?
If I'm representing you as your buyer's agent, it's my job to go out and find as much as I can about whatever homes that may be of interest to you. Make sure that when we go forward, we know what that home is worth, whether it's priced right or not, and then we go forth making sure that it meets all your criteria as well as your budget, and then it's my job to make sure that I get it for the best price possible.
Yes, absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah,
ultimately.
absolutely. That's what we all
Finding
do.
the home you want, and then can we afford it, and can you get it for the price that I want?
Yeah, there you go. So tell us a little bit about what the real estate situation in the Madison area looks like right now.
Right now, we're in a seller's market. We have about 4.8 to 5 months worth of inventory. And what that statement means is if all the current available inventory on the market were to sell off without any new inventory coming on the market, we'd run out of inventory in about 4.5 to 5 months, which that's a seller's market. Anything over 8 months tends to be a buyer's market. Anything between the 6 to 8 month range is considered a balanced market. And so right now in Madison, we are in a seller's market, which means sellers have a little bit more power in the negotiations because they know they can hold out because somebody else will come along because there's just not enough inventory to go around right now.
And how do you, I'm just curious how you determine the rate, how fast inventory is going to sell off. I mean, is it just kind of taking statistics of how fast, how quickly?
It's a matter of days on the market, yes.
Okay.
How many homes, how many listings are available, how many days on the market per average, and so on and so forth. Once those numbers get compiled, that's how you come up with this, well, it takes about an average of 4.5 months for a home to sell. So if every home sells on that average, then you run out theoretically, you run out in about 4.5 to 5 months right now. Now, again, if we were in a buyer's market, you're looking at over 8 months worth of inventory. Therefore, you've got plenty of options to choose from, plenty of homes to go see and decide what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. And when it's balanced, there's about 6 to 8 months worth of inventory, which is good for both sides because you get to hem and haw on either aspect, and there's a lot more flexibility. But right now in Madison, it's definitely a seller's market. So.
Very cool. So when someone is shopping around, so to speak, for a realtor, obviously they want to find someone who they're going to be able to work well with. What are some of the things that a person might look for when trying to find a realtor who will represent them well?
Well, honestly, I always go with the word of mouth. If you know somebody who's bought a home, whether it's a friend, family, neighbor, even a coworker, chances are they had a good experience. If they didn't, you're going to know right away, and they're going to be able to not only steer you to the right people, but also the wrong people based off of their experience. In addition to that, I tell people to be smart shoppers, shop around. Even if you go out on a showing with me or 2 or 3, if you're still not satisfied with me, or even on the first showing, I tell people, look, go see some other realtors, decide who's the right fit for you, because I might not be the right fit for you. No matter how nice and upfront and honest I am, sometimes it's too much for people, sometimes it's not. So ultimately, that's really what matters when it comes to finding a realtor, because who you're going to work with, you have to be comfortable with them. And it doesn't matter if they're the most professional, or if they're the top of their market, or they're the bottom of their market. If you're not comfortable with them, things aren't going to go right. And you're not going to walk away from that experience having felt like something good happened. So.
Right on. Well, we just have a few seconds left, but I'm wondering if you can tell us, because you started MadisonRealEstateBlog.org very recently. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what made you want to start?
MadisonRealEstateBlog.com. I started that because it came to my attention that I needed to do more in a modern sense towards acquiring possible clients and customers, as well as the fact that I really wanted to get more information out there for people to have as a resource. There's even a resources tab on MadisonRealEstateBlog.com where people can go and look up other statistics for neighborhoods, the county, things of that nature. Additionally, I've got a daily blog, although with the holidays I slacked on it a little bit, but there's pretty much something going up every day. And it's not strictly real estate. It's more of just an information station, if you will, so that people can come in and see what it is that they might like or might not like, or might find out something about a neighborhood that they weren't even aware of.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Martin Culver, thank you so much for coming on today. And the website is MadisonRealEstateBlog.com. I think I said .org. It's MadisonRealEstateBlog.com. Check it out, and we'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town. As we all know, winter is fast approaching, and what better time to talk about bicycling? So I am joined here by Daniel Craigthorpe from Machinery Row Bicycles, and he's going to talk about what sets Machinery Row Bicycles apart from other bicycle shops. Daniel, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So excited to hear what you have to say today.
Yeah.
So what exactly makes Machinery Row Bicycles different?
I think there's a few things. One is how we treat our customers, I think, is a little bit different than some of the other shops in town. All of our staff, or none of our staff, I should say, are commission-based. Our goal is to simply get the customer the right bike we think they should have for whatever activity is that they're going to be using, whether it's training or for fun or indoor use or what have you. So we try to get them the right bike with no pressure, and it just kind of makes it more fun experience for everyone involved when there's no pressure for a salesman to get any commission or kickback from it.
Sure, yeah. Customers, I think, always appreciate going into a low pressure where they can just kind of browse at their own leisure and that.
Yeah, it's not a used cars,
Right.
salesman type of scenario. But we also offer fit services, a wide range of them actually. And we just recently opened a new fit studio in the Machinery Row building, but separate from our store floor location. It's located upstairs. It gives customers a more private fit process. Sometimes customers can get a little nervous when there's somebody watching every move that you have. We want to make sure that the bicycle's dialed in for your specific need, and can get all of your needs or concerns met if you have any, medical issues that can prevent you from riding.
Sure. So when you say fit, you're talking about literally fitting the bicycle to the person.
Correct. There's many different things we can do to the bike to make it fit the customer as it is stock. You can move components around the seat back and forth, the seat height up and down, and then there's more in-depth fits where we'll replace certain parts based on your body type to make the bike better fit you.
So you can almost custom fit a bicycle
Yep,
to
absolutely.
the person. That's very cool. And as we all know that Madison is a huge cycling community. What do you guys do for the bicycling community here in Madison?
We've done a couple of different fundraisers for, so just recently there's the new Seminole Mountain Bike Trail, which is off the Cap City Loop.
Yes.
They're still have a little bit of construction to go on it, but we had a big fundraiser at our store, got all of our brands and reps together and raffled off some prizes and got them some nice cash to finish up their project and have a fun area for locals to ride in and enjoy.
Yeah. And I happened to be biking past there a few weeks ago now when it was a little bit warmer, and I noticed that for the first time. I hadn't been down that way in a while, and it looks really, really cool. So check that out. What was it called? The mountain bike trail?
The Seminole Park Loop, I think is what it is. It's off the Cap City Loop.
Very
So-
cool. And that's kind of in Fitchburg.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. So how long has Machinery Row Bikes been around, and how long have you been a part of Machinery Row?
So the store here in Madison opened its doors, I believe, in May of 2003, and we've been chugging right along, getting bigger and more brands ever since. I entered the industry as a salesman in 2001 at a shop in Minnesota and have been kind of working my way around the country as my wife continues her further education. And I've gotten some experiences at different shops in Montana and here in Wisconsin, so I've got to see some fun things and meet some nice people doing it.
Yeah, so you've got a variety of experiences to draw from when you coming into Madison.
Yep.
Very cool, very cool. So a lot of people bicycle for different reasons. Tell us a little bit about some of the benefits of cycling for fun.
Just, generally being able to get out and be active and be happy while being active. You will rarely see somebody on the bike path frowning while they're biking. You see runners with that anguish pain look in their face when they're out there. You will rarely see that on a cyclist's face. They're usually smiling or have a heads-up variety, so it's a little more enjoyable way to get your workout in without really putting yourself through the ringer.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want anguished pain when we're
No.
trying to do something fun. Now, we have a lot of good commuter trails as well here in the Madison area. Tell us what are some of the benefits of bicycling as a commuter?
There's, the environmental impact of it very easily, but I use it personally as my extra cup of coffee in the morning. Get out, get the heart rate up a little bit. I only have about 3 miles to go. Kind of makes me more aware of my surroundings. I get to work in a much better mood, and like I said, it's also knowing that I didn't have to throw a bunch of money in the gas tank is always a good thing as well.
Lots of benefits to doing it that way. Daniel Craigthorpe, thank you so much for being on our show today. Daniel Craigthorpe works for Machinery Row Bicycles. They're over on Williamson Street. Check them out. And that's all for Talk of the Town. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.